All right, let's dive into Surah Al-Fatiha, the very first chapter of the Quran. But, calling it just the opening, that's not even scratching the surface. This chapter isn't just a preface, it's the key that unlocks the entire divine message that follows. So today, we're going to explore why this short chapter is really considered the essence of the Quran. Just think about that for a second. Its placement at the very beginning isn't for some simple organizational reason. According to Maududi, it's a divinely taught prayer, a prerequisite. God is essentially telling us, hey, if you really want to understand what I'm about to reveal, you first need to ask me for guidance in this very specific way. You could say the surah is the question, and the rest of the Quran, well, that's the answer. So the first part of this prayer, it establishes this really profound etiquette. It teaches us that before you ask for anything, you have to first acknowledge the greatness of the one you're asking from. It's not about jumping straight to our needs, it's about beginning with praise and with recognition. Now, this surah, and really every action in a believer's life, kicks off with this phrase, in the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. As Maududi points out, this isn't just some ritual you mutter. Starting with God's name, it forces a little moment of reflection. It helps make sure our intentions are pure and basically invites divine support into whatever we're about to do.
The prayer itself then begins, all praise is for Allah, Lord of all worlds. This is step one. Right out of the gate, before we ask for anything, we praise. We affirm where all praise and all gratitude ultimately belong. And this is where the precision of the language is just incredible. The verse doesn't just say praise is for Allah. It says alhamd with that definite article al at the beginning. Now, grammatically, that tiny addition has a huge impact. It means that all praise, every single conceivable form of praise, belongs exclusively and completely to Allah alone. It just shuts the door on directing true praise or worship to anything or anyone else. And who is this praise for? For the Rabb al-Alameen. You know the word Rabb is so much richer than just translating it as Lord. It means three things all at once. He is the absolute master and owner of everything. He is the one who sustains, nourishes, and provides for everything. And he is the ultimate ruler and governor of all of existence, all packed into one powerful word. So after establishing his total authority as Rabb, the prayer immediately brings us back to his core attribute, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful. It's definitely not an accident that the theme of mercy is stated right at the beginning and then repeated again right here. It's foundational. So why use two different words for mercy? Maududi explains this with a beautiful analogy. He says it's like calling a very generous person both sakhi, which means generous, and data, which means a great giver. You use that second powerful word because the first one, even though it's already a superlative, just doesn't feel like it fully captures the sheer scale of their generosity. This is to emphasize that God's mercy is just boundless. The praise then wraps up with a final, absolutely awe-inspiring attribute, Master of the Day of Recompense. And right here, we see this perfect balance. After hearing about his immense mercy, which gives us so much hope, we're reminded of his absolute justice, which gives us a sense of accountability. It creates a relationship that's built on both love and reverence, on both hope and a consciousness of our own actions. Okay, so we've completed the etiquette of praise. Now the surah makes a major pivot. The whole tone shifts from describing God to addressing him directly. And this is the heart of the matter. This is the core commitment. This brings us to a really fundamental question. After acknowledging all these incredible attributes, the owner, the sustainer, the merciful, the judge, what's the natural, logical conclusion about what our relationship with him should be? The answer is right here, in this verse. This is the central axis of the entire chapter. It is you we worship, and you we ask for help. This is the pledge, the covenant, that just flows naturally from all the praise that came before it. And the grammar here is just brilliant. In Arabic, when you put the object, in this case, iyaka, or you, before the verb, it creates this powerful sense of exclusivity. So it's not just saying, we worship you. It's more like pointing and declaring, it is you and you alone that we worship. It is you and you alone that we ask for help. It's a declaration of pure, undiluted monotheism. So what does it even mean to worship, to perform ibadah? Well, the sources explain that this term has three layers. It's not just about ritualistic worship.
It's also about complete obedience to his commands, and at its deepest level, a state of willing servitude, acknowledging our complete dependence on him in every single part of our lives. So, the praise has been offered, the covenant of exclusive servitude has been made. It's only now, after we've fulfilled this proper etiquette, that we're taught to make our request. And what is the one single thing that we ask for? It's this simple yet unbelievably profound plea. Guide us to the straight path. I mean, after acknowledging the master of the universe, what could possibly be more important for a person to ask for? And the straight path isn't just about the afterlife. It's a request for a clear, correct roadmap through the millions of confusing and conflicting paths that life throws at us every single day. From our ethics to our finances, our family life to our inner thoughts, we're basically asking, show us the one true way. But the prayer doesn't just leave this straight path as some vague idea. The very next verse defines it with perfect clarity, both by telling us what it is and by what it is not. And this just illustrates the request perfectly, doesn't it? We ask for the path of those who received God's favor and grace, a path that has a positive, historical precedent. And just as importantly, we ask for protection from two other paths: the path of those who knew the truth but rejected it and ended up earning divine wrath, and the path of those who just lost the truth and went astray. This brings us full circle. The structure of the surah, the praise, the pledge, and then the plea is complete. It is the perfect prayer, taught by the Creator to his creation. And this is where that quote from Maududi just hits home so powerfully. The relationship is a dialogue. In Al-Fatiha, we, the servants, make the request, Lord, guide me. And in response, God presents the next 113 chapters, essentially saying, this is the guidance you asked for. So the opening has set the stage. We've been taught exactly how to ask and what to ask for. The plea for guidance is on the table. The only question that's left is, are we ready to discover the answer?